All right, Rangers supporters, strap yourselves in because it's been an absolute whirlwind at IBROX lately. January is in full swing, and the club is making it crystal clear that they are not here to faff about. There's a real sense of urgency, a real push to strengthen the squad and show that this season's title race is very much alive. You can feel it in the way the transfer market's been approached. No half measures, no looking back, just straight to the business of bringing in players who can make an immediate difference. It's that sort of decisiveness that can really set a team apart when the pressure is on, and Rangers have been making it clear they mean business. The current focus has been on securing players who are young, ambitious, and already tested at a high level. We're not talking about those championship cast-offs that have floated around in previous windows. The board and management have shifted their eyes to the sort of talent that can step straight into the starting lineup and impact games right away, but still have that massive potential for the future. It's a strategy that makes a lot of sense. The team isn't just looking for a quick fix. They're building something that could dominate not just this season, but for the next few years as well. The scouting has been meticulous, the negotiations sharp, and the commitment from the club undeniable. And it's already starting to pay off. Both of the major bids we've been following have now been accepted. The first one has been moving fast, with the player due in Glasgow for a medical very soon. It's only a matter of time before the official announcement drops, and it's a signing that could genuinely change the dynamics in the middle of the park. The other target has also had his bid accepted, which adds a different type of skill set to the squad. These aren't just reinforcements, they're strategic additions aimed at elevating the team immediately, filling gaps, and offering more tactical options for the manager as the season enters its most critical phase. But of course, it hasn't all been smooth sailing. Just as the squad is buzzing with fresh arrivals, there's been a setback that stings quite a bit. Midfielder Connor Barron is facing up to 3 months on the sidelines due to injury. It's a real blow because he has been one of the standout performers under Danny Rowe, consistently showing his quality in games and adding stability in the middle of the pitch. His influence has been noticeable from the first whistle to the last, and losing him for that stretch of time is certainly going to test the squad's depth and resilience. It's frustrating news, no doubt, but these things happen in football, and the focus now shifts to recovery management and ensuring that when he returns, he's fit, sharp, and ready to pick up where he left off. Meanwhile, there's a brighter note in the injury department with Dujon Sterling. While he has picked up a knock, it isn't expected to keep him out for long. Sterling has been a versatile option at right back, often slotting into different roles depending on the team's needs. His return will certainly help balance the squad, especially as the fixtures continue to pile up and the intensity ramps up across both domestic and European competitions. The manager's handling of these injuries, coupled with the incoming signings, demonstrates that Rangers are actively preparing for every scenario, ensuring that they are as competitive as possible, even when setbacks occur. Off the pitch, there's also plenty of chatter regarding other potential moves. One name that has been floating around is Jedi Gassama, the young Belgian attacker who joined Rangers last summer. Clubs abroad are taking notice, and there's been some initial interest, but it looks like the board and management are keen to hold firm for now. Gassama has been developing under the guidance of the current coaching staff, and his integration into the team has been important in maintaining attacking depth. Letting him go in the middle of a campaign could unsettle that balance, so it seems Rangers are content to see him continue to grow, improve, and make a real impact before entertaining any serious offers. At the same time, there's talk of younger players like Finlay Curtis, a winger who has shown glimpses of real quality and athleticism. His game time has been limited, but that's often the case with emerging talent in a squad as competitive as this. A loan move could accelerate his development, giving him the minutes he needs to refine his craft and come back ready to challenge for a regular spot. This is a careful, considered approach, ensuring that the club maximizes its resources and nurtures its future stars without compromising the current campaign. It's a delicate balancing act, but one that shows the management is thinking long-term as well as short-term. The overall picture at IBROX right now is one of momentum. The January window is being used strategically. Injuries are being managed carefully, and the squad is adapting quickly to the evolving demands of the season. Each decision, from player acquisitions to managing recovery and development, is being made with precision. There's a feeling that Rangers are not just participating in the transfer window, they are actively shaping it in a way that could define the rest of the season. The board's willingness to invest, the manager's tactical acumen, and the players' readiness to step up all point towards a club that is determined to maintain its position at the top of the league. You can sense that the ambition here isn't just short-term glory. It's about building a side that can consistently compete, not just domestically, but also in European competitions. There's a vision in place, and the January transfer activity is a clear signal that Rangers are committed to executing that vision. Every addition to the squad, every injury update, every tactical tweak tells a story of a club aware of its ambitions and willing to put in the hard work to achieve them. As we continue to monitor the arrivals, the potential targets, and the recovery of key players, it's becoming evident that this winter window could be decisive. The choices made now have the potential to shape not just the remainder of the season, but also the trajectory of the team for years to come. Rangers are showing that they're not afraid to be bold, to take calculated risks, and to back the manager in his quest to deliver success. And for fans watching, there's a tangible sense of excitement and anticipation, the kind that only comes when you feel your club is actively going after its goals with intent and clarity. As the days roll on and the window edges closer to its decisive moments, the feeling around Rangers continues to intensify. There's a clear sense that this squad is being reshaped with purpose, not panic. Every move seems calculated, every decision aligned with what the club wants to achieve between now and the end of the season. The focus is not just on adding bodies, but on adding the right profiles, players who understand the demands of Scottish football while also bringing a different level of quality and mentality. That balance is not easy to strike, but Rangers appear determined to get it right this time. The conversations behind the scenes are clearly centered on maintaining competitiveness across all competitions. With a demanding run of fixtures ahead, squad depth is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. The injury to Connor Barron has underlined that reality even more. Losing a midfielder who has been dictating tempo, breaking lines, and offering consistency week after week forces adjustments, both tactically and mentally. It challenges others in the squad to step up, to take responsibility, and to show that they can handle pressure when the stakes are highest. That internal competition can often bring out the best in a group, and this period will reveal a lot about the character within the dressing room. At the same time, the transfer activity gives the manager more tools to work with. Incoming players are expected to integrate quickly, and the coaching staff will be keen to get them up to speed with the system, the expectations, and the intensity required at IBROX. There is no easing in period when you are chasing silverware. Every training session matters. Every appearance carries weight. That is why the emphasis on players who are ready for the present, not just the future, has been so important in this window. Rangers cannot afford passengers at this stage of the campaign. The situation surrounding Jedi Gassama remains one of the more intriguing storylines. Interest from abroad is a testament to his development and his performances, but it also places Rangers in a position of strength. With a long-term contract in place, there is no urgency to sell, no pressure to compromise sporting objectives for short-term gain. The coaching staff clearly value his contribution not only for what he produces on the pitch, but for the balance he provides within the attacking unit. Removing that option halfway through a season would create a problem that would need solving immediately, and that is not a risk the club seems willing to take. This stance also sends a message both internally and externally. Rangers are not a selling club by default. They will move players on when the timing is right and when it aligns with their broader plans, not simply because interest exists. That kind of clarity is important for squad morale and for maintaining stability during a title push. Players know where they stand, and potential suitors understand that negotiations will not be straightforward unless the conditions are right. Looking further down the squad, the development of younger players remains part of the conversation. Finlay Curtis is one example of a talent who has shown promise but now faces a crossroads. Regular football is crucial at his age, and if that cannot be guaranteed at IBROX right now, a temporary move could be the logical step. It would not be a sign of doubt, but rather an investment in his future. Rangers have seen before how valuable these loan spells can be when managed properly, allowing players to return more complete, more confident, and better prepared for the demands of first-team football. All of this points to a club that is thinking on multiple levels at once. There is the immediate battle for the league, the day-to-day management of injuries and form, and the longer-term vision of building a sustainable, competitive squad. These layers overlap constantly, and the decisions made in January often have consequences far beyond the current season. Rangers appear aware of that, and there is a noticeable maturity in how this window is being handled compared to previous years. The role of the manager in all of this cannot be overstated. His influence on recruitment, his assessment of the squad's needs, and his willingness to make firm decisions have shaped the direction of the club during this period. When a manager's voice carries weight at board level, it often leads to a more unified approach. And that unity is essential when margins are tight. It allows for quicker decisions, clearer priorities, and a shared understanding of what success looks like. As the window progresses, there will inevitably be more names mentioned, more speculation, and more noise from outside. That is simply part of modern football. What matters is how Rangers navigate that noise, how they remain focused on their objectives, and how they ensure that any further additions genuinely improve the squad. The groundwork has been laid, the intent has been shown, and now it becomes about execution on the pitch. Supporters will be watching closely not just the announcements, but the performances that follow. New signings bring excitement, but they also bring expectation. How quickly they adapt, how effectively they contribute, and how they respond to the pressure of playing for Rangers will shape the narrative of the months ahead. combined with the return of injured players at the right time, these factors could be decisive in determining how this season is ultimately remembered. There is a sense that Rangers are at a critical juncture. The choice is made now. The faith placed in certain players and the resolve shown during challenging moments will all play a role in defining the outcome of this campaign. The club has positioned itself to push hard, to compete relentlessly, and to keep control of its own destiny as much as possible. The coming weeks will test that resolve, but there is a growing belief that Rangers are better prepared than they have been in recent seasons to handle what lies ahead. That mindset influences everything from recruitment to player development to how setbacks are handled internally. While the spotlight remains firmly on results, there is a growing belief that Rangers are building something more sustainable, something that can withstand pressure and evolve as challenges arise. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers around IBROX are growing louder, and the name doing the rounds just now is Ben Johnson. Inside the corridors and among the punters who watch every move the club makes, there is a feeling that Rangers could be edging towards reinforcing the right side of the defense with a player seen as dependable, athletic, and tactically switched on. Nothing is signed or sealed, but the mere suggestion has already sparked debate about how such an addition might raise the overall defensive standard. Johnson is being spoken of as the kind of full-back who brings balance rather than headlines, and those close to the situation suggest the coaching staff are keen on a defender who understands when to push on and when to hold the line, something that has occasionally been questioned in big domestic and European moments. His profile fits the idea of a modern Rangers fullback, strong in the duel, disciplined in positioning, and comfortable enough on the ball to keep the tempo moving without taking unnecessary risks. Sources hint that the interest is less about short-term cover and more about raising competition within the squad. With a demanding season always on the horizon, Rangers know that depth across the backline is vital. Johnson's potential arrival is being framed as a statement of intent, subtle rather than spectacular, but aimed at tightening the margins that often decide titles and trophies in Scotland. Among supporters, the rumour has been met with cautious optimism. There is an understanding that defensive solidity is the foundation of any successful Rangers side, and the idea of adding a player reputed for consistency has its appeal. For now, it remains talk rather than fact, yet the sense persists that Ben Johnson could be the sort of signing that quietly strengthens Rangers, lifting standards on the training pitch and, in turn, across the entire back four. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned